Hello everyone, this is Aegis and I'm casting a game here between Enlight, the Terran player, and MGredground. This is going to be MLG Shattered Temple. We are going to be spawning here shortly and we will be seeing that little supply depot blocking the entrance at the ramp of each player. This does prevent wall offs. And over here, we do have MGredground spawning as the blue Terran player. And over here in the other corner, we do have Enlight spawning as the red Terran player. So we'll see what kind of tricks they pull out for this game. And let's make a unit with 12 range, splash damage, 50 damage a shot. Only 3 food. I think they're talking about siege tanks, maybe with a little bit of a buff. Does seem about right. For a siege tank. Okay, now that's a little bit overpowered. The best unit in the game and the first one you can build. So basically we're talking about a marine that has 12 range with a siege blast. Perhaps maybe make it cost as just as much as a marine. So it's a siege tank. No, it's a marine with a siege tank cannon attached, and we do have both players here walling off with their first. Well, MGredground is opting to wall off, while Enlight over here is placing his supply depot by his gas. We've got the barracks coming up for Enlight as well, and both players are mirroring each other's builds. As in any TVT, we will be seeing some divergence points in the near future, such as if one decides to take a quick expansion. Oh shit, MLG FML. So forgot that it was MLG. A Metalopolis, or no, Shattered Temple, you do not spawn in close ground positions, and both players just did that. Gonna go ahead and check in the opposite directions, and it does look like MGredground is going to be sending his SCV in the right direction, redirecting it after seeing the direction that Enlight's SCV took based on their conversation. Very sharp there from Redground, and we do have this gas being taken over here and no gas for Redground, so it does look like he should be going for a fast expansion. We'll see if he decides to do that, or if he decides to lay down a ton of barracks and go for some sort of heavy marine play. And it does look like that marine will be able to catch up with that SCV and barely not be able to take it out. Looks like that SCV is going to get a full scout in here. We'll see the no gas, and then quickly get taken out by this marine. There we go, and it will indicate that there's either big barracks play coming up, which we do not see, and it does look like there is a command center going to get started over here. So, Enlight does have a pretty good idea of what's going to be happening right now. He does have a factory on the way. No second gas yet, so we'll see when he decides to take that. More Marines coming out, going to be parked on top of the ramp. Going to make sure any SCVs that do come by do quickly get taken out. Marines are advancing across the center of the map. For Redground is going to be coming over here and taking out an SCV. Going to make sure that does not get a vision of the center of the map. Is going to be headed over here. He is not going to be able to break in there, as there are more Marines available for Enlight. 25 food for MGredground right now. It does look like he is securing a little bit of a food lead. Not quite sure how he was able to manage that. He did grab both gases right now, and he is going to be throwing up a factory or some tech labs sometime in the near future. Still no extra buildings over here, so Enlight's scan is going to see basically nothing. Enlight still not quite yet ready to take his expansion. Going to be getting up another barracks. Looks like a reactor and a tech lab on the way, so we are going to be seeing that marine tank build. Should be seeing some tanks on the way real soon. And it does look like Redground is about ready to secure his expansion. Is going to be floating that out after morphing it into an orbital command. There's the orbital command getting created right now. And there is the factory coming up as well, and a reactor. So it looks like both players are headed towards a similar point. It will depend on how many units they decide to get out. MGredground still ahead in terms of food. He's got 2 supply depots over here, going to be doing some spotting action just in case anything flying like a medevac decides to fly in here. It looks like he's going to be starting his starport immediately. Going to get a tech lab on his factory as well. So, looks like we've seen the divergence point. That we've got a scan going down. Is going to see the extra barracks up for Enlight. He's got the siege tank coming out, as well as the siege mode upgrade. He does have one tank out in the field already, so he may be going for some sort of push off of one base. He's not looking like he's going to be taking an expansion anytime soon. He is racking up a few minerals right now, and he does have his SCV parked out here. Not quite enough minerals over here, so that is sort of a blunder. SCV is getting created out of the second command center. Not quite ready to float that out for himself yet. A couple of Marines out in the field. There's a second barracks up with the tech lab. And over here for Enlight, no tech lab on either of his barracks, so I'm wondering what kind of build he's going for. And he's just getting those sea shanks out. He is going to be pushing off of this one base. That one Marine does see everything, so Redground will be able to start preparing for this as quickly as he can. He doesn't really have siege mode up yet. He's got the two sea shanks headed over here, and he will be able to park those on the low ground, siege them up, and move the Marines to the high ground and try to bait MGredground's units to the front to be able to get those siege blasts off. And we do have that one Marine headed to the front. He is going to suicide himself to see what's up there. And Enlight is going to be content to stay on the low ground over here. MGredground going to continue utilizing all of his production structures, and he does have that one Viking out on the field now. Will be able to do some spawning action, and that one supply depot does get taken out, and it does put Redground into the red for just a split second. He does have more units coming out over here, and the Sea Shanks now slowly crawling their way forward, and that one Viking ahead will be able to spot several more reinforcements coming across the field for Enlight. He does lose one of his Sea Shanks. Unfortunate situation for himself there. And it does look like a couple of Marines do get a couple of shots off. And it does look like that Sea Shank kills a ton of Marines. 6 kills on that one Sea Shank. And Redground secures a very nice lead for himself right now. Especially with no command center up yet, and Light only now just starting it does put him very, very far behind. But of course, TVT is a very long chess-like game, and we will see if he is able to climb back into this. There is an engineering bay on the way for Redground. We will get those upgrades for his infantry units. And over here, Enlight is being forced into sort of a defensive position. He's got a couple more production structures up, and he does have the starport. Will be able to vie for that air superiority if he so decides to choose. If he so decides to choose to do that. And he does have the Stimpack upgrade on the way, and does look like MGredground will be able to get that for his Marines sooner. More drugs for those Marines, that means better. And we've got the Marines going to be moving into the backside and going to make sure no drops happen. And there is that one medevac over here, does get loaded up, but the scan does see it. Oh, hi, says MGredground. And there's that medevac just headed over there. Enlight replying with a nice friendly hi as well. And it does look like that medevac is headed over here. We'll be doing some dropping action. We'll see where it's trying to go. I thought I was going to drop the main. Looks like that it will not be the case. SCV is now transferring over to the natural expansion for Enlight. He is behind by 30-some food. And that medevac is headed to the front. Looks like a couple of Sea Shanks are in position to deal with this. Scan going down for MGredground. 100 food to 65 food. This is going to be very uncomfortable for Enlight right now. There is a ton of units pouring out for MGredground. He's going to be advancing forward with those 4 Sea Shanks and a handful of Marines. One Viking in the air as well. Looks like that one medevac is going to suicide itself. Not sure what that was all about. And here comes the frontal assault. All the Sea Shanks sieging up and the Marines advancing forward. Sea Shanks 4 Enlight quickly getting taken out. The Marines now advancing forward. The Vikings landing but not able to do anything at all. The SCVs getting pulled off the line. Enlight saying lol GG. And this game does go to MGredground. And this is Aegis signing off.